Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Sad, bad news out of Texas. We got 3 brothers ages 6 to 9 who fell into a pond and drowned, an icy cold pond, and drowned. In fact, one fell in first and the other 2 tried to save him. Check it out.
Of the 3 boys who died in an icy pond is talking to us about the tragedy.
Yeah, she says a coach actually tried to save them. Cheyenne Murray was able to talk to the mother, is here with her just tragic story.
Horrible. I think for any of us who are parents, it's impossible to even imagine what she's going through right now, and the fact that she even had the strength to hop on and do an interview with us over Zoom this morning. But she really wants other parents to be aware and to learn from this. So she wants to get that message out. Cheyenne Hangaman told me that she tried to save her boys yesterday. They were all staying at a friend's house near Bonham Lake in Fannin County. Hangaman says the home had a small pond in back, and she told the boys to stay away from it. She says they didn't listen. The youngest, 6-year-old Howard, went in and the ice broke. The other boys, 9-year-old EJ and 8-year-old Kaleb, tried to save him. Their sister ran to Cheyenne and told her the boys were drowning. Here's what she said about that moment.
I start running towards the pond and I jump in and I try to save them. Also trying to keep myself alive because the water is freezing. And as soon as I jumped in, I lock up. I couldn't really hardly do anything. It was just one of me and 3 of them, and they were all needing me at one time, and I just couldn't save them. My oldest one, EJ, he didn't care about nothing but football and getting his haircut. He loved football. He wanted to play sports. Caleb's personality was out of this world. He was the sweetest soul I ever met. And Howard, he was just goofy. He liked to liven the party. He was hard-headed, really hard-headed. And he was the first one that went in. And the other boys tried to save him first. That's how they all ended up in there.
Cheyenne tells me a man nearby, the head football coach at Bonham High School, John Ramsey, heard the commotion and ran over. He threw a rope to Cheyenne and helped pull her out, but the boys were gone. And she told me she wanted to talk to us in hopes that other parents will realize just how fast something like this can happen, how dangerous these conditions can be. I mean, she said when she jumped in that water, it was like a shock, and she just locked up. She was frozen and couldn't even figure out how to move. She said that Coach Ramsey told her, use your elbows to break the ice, and she was trying to break the ice so that she could get to the rope to get out. So I can imagine just a absolutely terrifying moment.
And good conversations for parents to have with their kids if they live anywhere near a body of water. It might look like it's frozen, but that doesn't mean it can support the weight of a person.
And she says she was in the backyard by her car, and so she was in that area, and it just happened so fast.
Ooh, that's heavy, fam. That's heavy. For the 8-year-old and the 9-year-old who jumped in after their 6-year-old brother. I ain't got no problem with that. Man, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. A tragic situation, but the fact that if they had to go at a young age, if they had to go trying to save your brother, that is the epitome of my brother's keeper. Oh man, that's something that's beautiful. Yeah, family, this ice is very dangerous. These waters are very dangerous. That ice storm has taken a number of lives over the weekend, and I think that storm is still going. Supposed to be still going until I know it's I think it's up on the East Coast now, close to the East Coast. But in any event, that's tragic, man. You lose 3. It's one thing to lose a child. They say losing a child is the worst pain you'll ever experience. But to lose 3 all at the same time, well, the 8-year-old and the 9-year-old actually initially survived the drowning, but they were taken to the hospital where they later died. I was waiting on the news woman to say that, but she didn't. So I'm telling you now what happened. The 8-year-old and 9-year-old succumbed to their injuries at the hospital. Hopefully you never experience something like this, fam, but if in any event you or a loved one is ever, or even a stranger is ever caught up in something like this, it is imperative that you have some sense of survival, how to survive a situation like this. So the first minute, they say you're trying to control cold shock. That first minute, those first 10 minutes, are the most crucial. But in the first minute, they say, do not gasp. Your first instinct is to gasp, but they're saying, do not gasp. But doing so underwater can lead to drowning. Keep your head above water and mouth closed. Control your breathing. Focus on slow, deep breaths to manage the torso reflex hyperventilation, which typically lasts 1 to 3 minutes. Keep your clothes on. Heavy winter clothing traps air and can provide initial buoyancy and insulation. Do not try to remove them in the water. The next 10 minutes is self-rescue. You have roughly 10 minutes of meaningful movement before your muscles lose coordination, swim failure. So they want you to orient yourself toward the direction you came from. The ice there supported your weight before and is likely the strongest. Get horizontal. Place your arms and elbows on the ice edge. Use a kick and slide technique. Kick your legs hard, like swimming, to propel your torso onto the ice horizontally. Avoid vertical pushing. Do not try to pull yourself straight up like a pull-up. This puts too much pressure on the edge and will cause the ice to break again. That's really, really important to know, right? Because that's would be most people's natural instinct, to try to pull themselves straight up, like in a pull-up. That's a good one. Exit and roll to safety. Stay flat. Once your torso is on the ice, do not stand up immediately. Remaining flat distributes your weight over a larger area. Roll away. Roll like a log or army crawl, at least 20 to 30 feet away from the hole before attempting to stand. And this is some really good information. Immediate recovery the following hour. Hypothermia remains a severe threat even after you are out of the water. Seek shelter. Get to a warm, wind-protected area, car or building immediately. Remove wet clothing. Take off wet layers as soon as you have access to dry clothes and blankets. Wet clothes sap body heat 25 to 32 times faster than dry air. Warm gradually. Focus on warming your torso first. Use warm, non-alcoholic, non-caffeinated beverages. Do not immerse in hot water, as rapid warming can cause dangerous heart rhythms. That is some extremely good information. Cold game, fam. 3 children in one day, in one incident, in one. Yeah, condolences go out to the mother and everybody affected by this tragedy. That's cold-blooded, man. Can't imagine what that woman is going through. Can't imagine what she's going through. And I don't know why that creeped in my head, but I'm always, like, it's the internet, family, right? It's the internet. So you got to be, you hate to be cynical, but, it's a lot of stuff out there, and it ain't all, these cases ain't always what they appear to be. But I'm going to take the mother's word at surface, and I'm not going to put it out there, but that did strike me real quickly. Like, that creeped in my head. But anyway, fam, I'll take the mother's word on surface, and unless I hear different. So much going on out there, fam. A lot of times you really don't know what to believe. But what we do know is that 3 young boys' lives have been, taken. Yeah. R.I.P. EJ, R.I.P. Howard, R.I.P. Kaleb. Y'all be careful out there, fam. No more talk.